We are back at it again here with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To all the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all the subscribers, welcome back. All I ask for in return is for you to smash that like button to let me know you watch this video. Helps out the YouTube channel and lets me know you appreciate the time and effort I put into making these videos. Now, here we are with Bbig, and Bbig has actually shot up even higher, and that's what we were talking about yesterday. We wanted to see certain resistance levels to be broken through. It did reach up to those newer highs, pulled right back down, and it's currently in a pullback position. But we're going to go over all the technicals and what the chart is showing with the 42 vision and what's going on, as well as the data of short interest and the technicals moving forward. But before we do, I want to share with you guys the home run of the day that I mentioned this morning over at the Discord, as well as a home run that was mentioned by a few members over at the Discord. We all discussed it together, and this stock nearly went up 200% plus, reaching north of 300%. So stay tuned for that, and we're going to get right into it here with Bbig that everyone's excited about, and it's all over the media, and we got some things to talk about where this could go, because there's some price targets all the way up to the 20s, and I'm going to share my thoughts. The home run of the day was spectacular. It was phenomenal, a great way to start off the month of September. And if this is something you want to become part of, you're more than welcome to join us. The link is down below in the description to the Discord, and by joining, you'll become part of a growing community of investors all looking to learn and grow together. So I did a little update on SKLZ, a stock that I mentioned over at the Patreon on the weekly watch list, as it bottomed out towards 10. It was nearly up 20% plus today at its highs, and the higher it went, the riskier it gets, but it's still a stock to watch even at the current levels. Then ABVC was another one I mentioned, and GBS. Now GBS turned out to give us 5 to 10% jumps on their pullbacks and upswings, but ABVC was a home run for the day, and it all happened in a matter of minutes, guys. Just 30 minutes, and it hit a highest point of 20% plus. We caught this one in the pre-market as it was pulling downwards, sitting sideways, pulled back, and jumped 10% plus in a matter of 5 minutes, pulled back down, and continued to push up to hitting a highest point of 20% plus. And later in the day, it had its pullbacks and jumps of 3 to 5%, 5 to 10%, and this is something you can gain access to by joining us. The link is down below in the description. I would love to invite you guys to join us. The month just got kick-started, and we're going to continue to look for opportunities daily. Now, one of the home runs that was mentioned by one of the members in the group was FCUV. I had mentioned how I noticed it, but at the moment I noticed it, it had already overextended, right? Before all of this happening, this seemed to have been a big move from $5 all the way up to $7.50. It started consolidating, and in that moment, everyone in the group was watching this one, brainstorming about this one, and on the way up, a lot of people scalped this one, took opportunities, and this went up nearly 350% from that consolidation all the way to the top. And that's the part where joining the community, it's not just the stocks I watch and all the information that I share and the 42 vision indicator, if not being part of a community of investors all looking to learn and grow together through the volatility of the market. And I would like to invite you to join us. If it's something that interests you, check out the link down below. Let's jump into these charts, and we're going to continue to rock on with opportunities daily, weekly, monthly, for as long as the stock market is open, guys. So here we are with Bbig, and Bbig stock has been all over different Reddit forums, all over the media, everywhere you can think of, and it is just in an explosive upside potential, right? So it's broken through 2 times all-time highs, right here, and a lot of people are pointing this one towards $20, north of $15, and I think that's a pretty big speculative, bold statement, because even though it's possible, I mean, this has moved a lot, guys, from way down here at $3, nearly 4x, all the way up here to almost 12. I mean, that is a big move. Now, could it reach $15, $20 if this war continues, right? Because this is a battleground right now between the bulls and the bears, and this battleground is actually very important at this stage, because it can either just go into further weakness because the bulls themselves are actually just taking profits, helping the bears, or the bulls come even stronger, pushing the bears to join them, creating that short squeeze effect to go even higher. Now, some shorts have covered. I mean, it's just obvious because of how much this has moved, And if we look here at the data together, it hasn't really changed. It's still at 50%. I've stated that's a lot, right? Every single time I've talked about it, I have stated how that short float is huge. And I think there's still even more room here. So it is possible that those speculative statements of $15, $20 could happen. But that's only if the bulls can hold this up, because the only way shorts cover is when the stock is up, not when it's down or sitting sideways and not volatile. It needs to go higher or hold itself up at a higher level than where this all started, because there's shorts from down here, from around here, that have to cover, and they'll push it up away from here, right? So super important to keep that in mind. Now, if you look at different locations and sources, some are saying a little bit less because it's showing you probably up-to-date information that shorts have covered. What I'm looking for is for this number to go down. I've said that in every single video. It hasn't really moved yet, and if it's moved, it's probably by 5 to 10%, because you could see it in the chart itself that some covering has happened, but not all of it, okay? Not all of it, because of the fact that it's still a lot of short interest. 50% is huge, and if all of that was to be covered, I mean, just multiply where it's at right now by 2 if all of that was to cover, and maybe even more, because if only 10% has been covered within these moves, plus a lot of buying pressure from the bulls, I think this could even go 2-3 times from where it's at, if, just theoretically speaking, hypothetically speaking, that whole entire 50% of short interest or short shares were completely covered all at once. That's just hypothetically speaking to put it into perspective, but that's impossible to happen because the shorts are going to keep on being stubborn. They're going to wait and see if the bulls get bored or if the bulls get shaken themselves, because a lot of times what destroys the momentum of short squeezes is the bulls themselves. They don't really notice it because they want to take profits, and that's normal, but the bulls themselves shake themselves out and give that leverage back to the bears, back to the shorts as it starts going down. Now here we have 42 vision, which you can gain access to as well, and the 42 vision tier level, and it allows you to see what's going on move by move, candle by candle, with momentum and strength or weakness, because you could see the shifts that are happening. So right here you could see how this was going up in momentum after the pre-market hit lows here of 732, shot up to 1192, kind of kept on going, tried to get to 1050, then the rejection started, right? And this is based off the 30-minute time frame. If I put it into a more microscopic perspective, you can see how much shifts have happened. It's trying to hold itself up here. If this transitions back to a red candlestick with a green border, it might show some strength, and if it transitions back to dark green, it could be a staircase effect until it reaches green again and momentum and volume to the upside. But right now, things are transitioning in a downtrend on the 15, on the 5-minute. You can see it even more. This is extremely oversold area. It's kind of just consolidated there, and it's been going in a downturn since then. But when we put the 30-minute, it's all showing you the bigger picture. If this was to transition to red, that's when more weakness does happen and where it does appear. And usually it's a point of either reversal or further weakness. So right now the stock is in a midway point where if enough inflow comes in, it can come back up in reverse. But if enough outflow comes, then that means a lot of profit taking, a lot of bulls are being shaken, people are getting out of their positions, or uncertainty or doubt or fear, and it's actually making the stock go down, giving leverage to the bears again, and like I stated, the shorts. And you can see the difference there with 42 vision, how you could see what's going on, because these are red candlesticks, but it's still showing some strength. So if this turns out to be an opportunity of strength and just a slight pullback, right, or a setup for the next bull run, like I call it, this might just be a little bit of a pullback preparing itself to continue to run, and we'll see how it plays out tomorrow to go higher. But if this transitions towards red and the weakness continues and there's more outflow, and you can see the volume down here, it's red. If it continues that route, it could go even lower and continue that trajectory. So super important to be aware of that. Now the stock has moved a lot, and a lot of FOMO and chasing's going on right now, and that speculative approach of this reaching $15, $20 is another thing too, making things a little too hype here. And I think these all-time highs are very significant, and now the new one is $11.92, nearly $12. That needs to be broken through if this is going to go any higher. But before getting there, where the rejection happened was 1050. That is the first point that the bulls need to break through. And if this continues going lower, well, the first support here is 832. And then the next one would be down here at 771. And then all the way back down here to $6. So those are some key levels to watch to the downside to see if the bears are dominating or if the bulls are trying to reappear. As always, guys, if you learned something new, don't forget to subscribe. Click on the bell so you don't miss a single video that I post. Share this with a friend so they can receive the insight as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make